Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verses 35 through 37. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for they sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. And I'll repeat that. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For we can do all things. We can do all things because of Christ who is in us, who is with us. We can make it through anything that the enemy, that the world throws at us. As long as we hold on to our faith, continue strong, and believe the words of God when he says that you should not have to worry about what man and flesh can do to the body, but worry about who can kill the soul. Do not fear men. Do not fear death. Do not fear the enemy, but fear God, the one who can take your soul and place it in heaven or place it in hell. Many of God's chosen, many of God's children will fall away. Not just at the ends of times when the tribulation is going on and there's literally hell on earth. But throughout our lifetimes, we face difficult things, loss of loved ones, kids, family. We had horrific abusiveness happen to us, mentally, physically, sexually. Mental status. Many of us have gone crazy due to demon possession. Abuse, neglect, horrific living situations. Becoming homeless because we have once had things and then all of a sudden a natural disaster comes and took our house away. Or we just lost our job due to illness and then we lost our house and our things. We get discouraged. We get depressed. We can overcome all these things. We can face whatever the world can throw at us as long as we stand firm and we stand strong in our love and our faith for Christ. But many will fall away. Many will sell their inheritance. Just as Ishmael did when he sold his birthright, he sold his inheritance all for a bowl of stew. When God puts these stories in the Bible, he wasn't just to be telling it. This Bible, this word holds true for the past, present, and future. It is the living word. Every bit of it matters. God is telling you, he is warning you. He says that in the ends of times that many people, for fear, will take the mark of the beast, because you cannot buy, sell, or eat or live unless you take the mark of the beast. So in fear, of dying of starvation, they will deny who God is in order to eat. Could you imagine selling your soul? We all want to talk about these celebrities who sold their soul to be millionaires and billionaires like they're crazy. But at least they got money from. Many of people would sell their soul for bread. Many of those people don't even know Christ. So they don't know what they're doing is wrong. But there is so-called children of God who knows the truth, knows the word, knows what is right, knows what is wrong, and will still turn around and sell their soul for a bowl of soup, for a piece of bread. Now tell me, who is the more crazy, who's the more idiot there? Is it the one who didn't know what he was doing and gained a lot of things, or the one who knew what he was doing and gained nothing but something that lasts all about of 2 seconds? Because how long is that going to feed your hunger, that one piece of bread? You'll be hungry again the next day. But those who stand firm, stand strong, refuse to take the mark, refuse to give in to their feelings, refuse to give up. Even though they are depressed, they still getting back up. You may get knocked down, but you keep getting back up because you know who God says he is and you believe in his word, and that there is going to be something better. Many people are sitting here waiting on God to bless them and to have this humongous breakthrough in their life, because you have all these prosperity gospel preachers and teachers that it is coming, forgetting that God says to put your treasures and blessings on those things that are given to you in heaven that's going to last eternity. God would rather have you, that he's going to give you to last for all of eternity, than in the very things that he told you will rot, be stolen, rust, and be eaten away by moths. There's many people that can be blessed both here on earth and be very blessed and rewarded in heaven. But that's not everybody's story. And that's the problem with these false teachings, is they teach that everybody is going to be a King David. Everybody is going to be a Joseph. Everybody is going to be a Ruth. And that's just not it. That's their story. That's Ruth's story. That's Joseph's story. That is Job's story. It says in the very beginning of the story of Job that he was a good and righteous man from the beginning, and that he allowed him to be tested, that God pointed Job out to Satan. Why? Because he knew this is a man who prayed for his children in case they was going to commit a sin. How many of you was that righteous person that they were praying before sin even happened? But yet you're going to believe that God is going to replace everything that was taken from you 2 times and more. See, that's the problem. This book isn't about you. It's about God and his story and his love for us and all that he has done. It's not about you. Quit placing yourself in these stories. Quit placing yourself and being that you're going to be the Joseph and you're going to be the one who's going to rescue all your family from famine and stuff. These false teachings of putting you inside these other people's stories. God made everybody in detail and for a purpose. And we all can't have the same purpose. We all can't do the same thing. So it doesn't make sense biblically, logically. And that's where many people fall away, because they're waiting to receive these blessings that belong to David. They're waiting to receive these blessings that belong to Joseph. They're waiting to receive these blessings that belong to Job, instead of waiting on what God has for you. Not everybody is the same. Let's think about all the slaves. The Jews was in slavery for over 400 years. Nobody during that time lived to be 400 years old. So many of them died, still being abused, neglected, tortured, beaten, and still a slave. Think about the slaveries throughout all the generations that has come. Those who believed and listened to the word of God, where was their blessing for the Joseph moment? See, it doesn't make sense. Because we each have our own purpose. We each receive our own blessings, and it's for God's glory, not ours. It's for His kingdom, not our kingdom. And this is God's story, not ours. And we need to remember that. Because too many people are falling away, believing these lies and these false doctrines, that everybody's going to be and have this be blessed with that. Now you got to pay attention. I'm not saying that God is not going to bless certain people. He will. You can see it throughout the Bible. Everyone's blessed differently and in their own ways. And throughout generations, you can see what people are telling, the testimonies and stories where God has blessed them, has healed them, has given them miracles, has did wonders for them. And each one is their own story. It is different. And each one had its own purpose. Some of us won't receive any of our blessings until we are in heaven. And that's okay. So we've got to realize that. We've got to accept that. That just because we haven't received anything here and now doesn't mean that God isn't still going to do it for us. That God isn't still going to bless us. See, He keeps His word. He keeps His promises. His timing is perfect. And when we receive those blessings, whether it be here or in heaven, God will do it for you. But you got to stand firm. You got to stand strong and know that God is truth. God keeps His promises. And hold on. And don't be afraid of what the enemy and man can do to you. Because God's love and word is stronger and more powerful than anything that somebody can do to your body, to your flesh. And be joyful in knowing where God is going to take your soul.